This is Justin AMZN for Friday, January 22nd, 2021. Taking a look at the 5 minute. Found a little bit of confluence, not that much on this Friday. You had some highs that lined up on the call, and that was really the cleanest setup. And then I had these lines left over from, let's see, Wednesday. So these were way back over here. So these lines left over, oh, actually tying back to Monday. So it made a really clean triangle here. And then you're just looking for, okay, if that's the setup that we're seeing on the call, what does that line up with on the stock and on the put? And so really this is something that's harder to see unless you're seeing it in one and kind of connecting the other. So on the stock, you had some nice highs that lined up. And then on the puts, it didn't really match up with particular lows. Like this, the lines here were from Wednesday, and it reminded me of getting into something the other day. Not the same option, but a 7x6 and getting stopped out. I think that was on the 3350 calls. So seeing it like this, it's like, oh look, there's my line at 7, and then here's a low at 6, and you could have been buying that or could have been waiting, get a little retest here after I put in the confluence here, matching with this one, matching with this one. It was really hard to draw like a triangle line connecting these lows. I tried to do it ahead of the video, and it's like if you take this low and connect the next lows, it's kind of cutting through. But I mean, why would that line up? So you'd probably adjust it and say, oh, okay, well, I'm touching this low. Well, I'm not touching this low. So, the cleanest one is really something like this to draw it, but that doesn't help you get in at a decent price, and then you're ignoring the lows over here. This kind of lines up, but my triangle's got an apex way over here. Anyway, it's just not as clean of a triangle on the stock, really clean on the call. And so when you see it breaking down this price, it's almost already too late to be getting it. I mean, it's already moved up here. You'd be looking for an entry like 8x7, and the low doesn't even get down to 8. 804, I think, is the lowest low. Yeah, 804, 805. Even if you had gotten in right here, like calling this a retest and getting in on this candle bearish on the put, that would have been getting in, like I said, 7x6. But you're looking for an 8-hour target on a Friday, and the 8 hours would have been going up to 15, and it ran up to 1402. So I was trying to figure out, why did it kind of stop here? Why didn't it keep pushing up to this level for this other line? And it's really this other triangle, kind of that apex. That's the only level I could see, right in here around 1415. And even this triangle isn't clean anywhere else. I mean, that's this just mess of candles, and that's this mess of candles. It's a nice triangle on the put, but I take the lines away, and it's really not as clean of a triangle. I mean, it's harder to see it. So this is one where if you had set the target at 15, probably been trailing the stop up, moving it slowly up. When you get over here, probably trailed out for like an R, maybe 2. If for some reason you didn't move your stop, it came all the way back down to 7, which was your entry, and then only went up to 10, 11, somewhere in here. So at most, probably would have gotten maybe 3R. I'm guessing this is one where, I would have locked in like an R or 2 had I gotten into this and seen that move. And, those are the frustrating ones where it's like, oh, it's on its way, it's almost there. And then it puts in this kind of a little pennant here and then breaks down. It's like, wait, it wasn't supposed to break down from a pennant. And already down to here, it's like, all right, where can I get my stop below 10, maybe at 9, and probably get stopped out or trailed out and get 2R on that kind of game. So this just didn't move the way I was looking for it to. I had mentioned in the video from Thursday, we had a really nice area up here. We had some highs, some inverted hammer, high wave candle, high wave candle. I was looking for a larger pullback. Like this candle actually was much larger. This candle had a really long lower wick. I was thinking it was going to pull back and possibly be back down to the 5 exponential here. At least starting to close this gap. So the fact that we didn't is still actually really bullish. And so we'll see if we get any more bullishness coming out of this and continue higher. I think that's what people have wanted to see from Amazon for a while. We've got earnings coming up in the beginning of February. It's not this week, so options prices should still be decent this week, but we'll just have to track what we can with the movements, and then it'll get really funny to track the option movements. We'll be out a few more strikes. We'll be out maybe a couple hundred strikes instead of narrowing down so much to 100 or 125 strikes. I'm just talking the price point away. So anyway, the only other thing I want to show is if I extend the way this is drawn in, if I extend this to the right, it touched this line here, which shows that there is constantly some resistance going on. And even though on the put, it doesn't line up, obviously, but if you redraw this, I don't know, it starts to kind of line up, and you did get something going towards the end of the day. Just this kind of rollover. And I thought this was the last gasp for it to push lower on the day. It still held the low and closed right here. But I scalped a little bit on the end of the day. I like trading the last few minutes, the last 15, 30 minutes of the day, and was looking to get a larger gain than I got, but grab some of this with just another strategy, another rollover that I've been talking about here. So still working on that with the exact rules and all to be able to share that and talk about what I'm seeing. But Amazon can have some really nice moves and some really big gains right at the end of the day on a Friday. And that's really my favorite to be watching for. But anyway, hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.